hope that everyone has paid their babysitters because we are going to a second set. This is the final. Woodward and Aranas as they prepare to lag. I'm Mark Wilson. Alongside me, Jeremy Jones. We've seen some great stuff, Jeremy. Any final comments here before we get underway?
No, I expect Sky to rebound if he gets the opportunity. It's amazing to me that how the lag has been on the slow side on this table for the most part. Now, that was a great one. I think he froze it. Wasn't much beating that lag if you're James Aranas.
I'd hope not.
Thank goodness.
So, but I think probably Sky had a little bit of a talk with himself, and I think he'll rebound. Now, like I said, if he gets the opportunity, I think James will actually probably play better. I know he played great there, but I don't think he's going to slow down any. So just like we talked about before, as far as the man breaking right now, he's looking to kind of take control of things more than battle so much.
Mm-hmm. Opening rack break, race to 9.
And he was starting. I'm sorry, excuse me, Mark.
No, go right ahead. One ball found the side is all I was going to say, and there's the 2.
Oh, and it hit the point. If it had went in, he wouldn't have had a great shot on the 3 either. So he's going to have to start off with some type of safety here. There's a nice alley to guide the cue ball back in between the 8-9 down somewhere around behind the 5, I believe. Send the 2 kind of out in the middle in between the 6-4. Keep it simple, I think. You can't get like a wedge safety here. Oh, he's elevating. That's a big surprise here. Okay, that's going to be decent, and then he knows the 3's in a tough spot anyway, so he tried to keep it simple, so you can't really fault that, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aranas had to make a big shot here and then followed up with another good shot.
I'll tell you, it's land perfect to come 3 rails right at the 3 ball, though, if you ask me. Go 2 rails right in between the 8-9, then catch the back rail and come right at the 3. That's what he was trying.
Got a little quick.
Yeah. And things kind of rolling his way a little bit again. Opening up the 5 now. The safety is very important. I'd sure like to get the 2 by the 8 and come back behind the 5. Oh, that's not going to get it. I'm not sure. If you're going to shoot that type of safety, you really have to look at where you want to leave the balls. You can't just assume, because you can see it doesn't take much to give up a shot. And a very penal shot at that. Meaning if he would have played a little separation and didn't get the hook, at least James would have had to come with a real tough shot from distance. This is a little funny, huh, Mark?
Yeah.
He's got to draw it out and not catch the 6.
He might just go easy speed. No, he able to get some giddy up on there.
Yeah.
All the way back. I thought he might just float it back just to the side pocket and just take a thin cut, but he was able to do way more than that.
Yeah, and that being close to it really helped that. He'll just punch up the table and lightly draw. And Sky kind of got down and shot that safety in a quick manner.
You know what they say, you can play safe in haste and repent in leisure.
He doesn't want to fall dead straight here.
Which he did.
Yeah, I think he conceded enough to pull the ball out with low left English and draw the ball kind of 1 rail towards the 8.
There's a little room, but
yeah, he's got such a sweet stroke, though. Now,
yeah.
This is where it could get a little tricky. He may have to go short side. Or does he have just enough angle to punch over?
Question answered. Routine 9.
And that's the thing. If you're a little one of a player that likes to punch the ball a little more, watch how these guys do it. They do it real clean. Like it wasn't really just a blast of a punch shot on the 8 trying to force the ball over. Just trust it's going to get over with just enough speed and a crisp hit on the cue ball. So now 1-0. It wasn't a break and run like we've seen so many times today to open the match, but
rack number 2, Aranas breaking. Leading the match.
Well, these guys, they've been going at it in excess of 14 hours. So if somebody slightly misses a safety, I can imagine it could happen.
Okay, he's going to get not really much of an offensive shot again here on the 2. So he'll play the 2 underneath the 4, right? Or the cue ball. He could play the cue
Yeah,
ball.
he could go the other direction too.
Yeah, he could go the other direction and play, the 2 back across. And he's got the 4, 5, and 8, and 9.
I
And
kind
this
of
is
like
leaving
this.
a gap, though.
I kind of like this.
Yeah, but this is leaving a gap. You have to be a little more specific on things.
I see what you're saying.
Doing that right there. Now, he hasn't left it easy, obviously, and the cross side doesn't appear to go. This is a toughie here, Mark. Cross corner bank goes.
You're betting a lot on that shot.
I know, but I'm just saying, where are you running safe at?
Can you cut the 2 on the 6 and just
follow your ball?
Yeah.
Over to the side rail using the 8. I like that. You have to do it easy. Don't catch the point. Oh, he went for the bank. What a great shot.
Yeah, it did go. We were both convinced that was too close to the rail, but
and he hit it with a high ball too. So that tells you that it may have been a hair off that rail.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like checking this cue ball up. I'm not so concerned about the 5 really. Just a high right ball come above. The 5 goes in that side, right where he's looking at now, I believe.
Yeah.
A lot of focus here on this 3 ball. It's a big shot early in what will be our final match.
When you say check it up, you mean just a hint of right?
Yeah, just a little bit of right. Yeah, I'm not sure why he played it hard and going into the balls. And
he abbreviated his final backswing. It was punchy. He got quick. And then, look, it didn't even really threaten the pocket.
And that's a sign of fatigue for sure, especially a man that's been hitting the ball so cleanly, not really punching it like being quick with the stroke too much. Oh,
there it is. Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing. If he did, that would be just what SKYLER needed.
No, instead, SKYLER's dead snookered in really a tough kick shot. One he should hit, but it's not really much to predict. I like him securing the hit here, even if he needs to go in between the 5-9. I know it's a little better percentage going long rail as far as trying to get safe, but I want to make sure I don't give up ball in hand here. So if it 2 rails makes you feel real good about hitting it, whatever makes you feel real good about hitting it, you cannot give up ball in hand. Great shot.
Oh, terrific job.
Yeah, great shot.
If I was SKYLER's trainer right now, I would say, I would kind of get in his face and say, look at everything we've worked for about you not being quick. You're tired now, and sure as hell you're being quick. So,
yeah, even if you have to be a little mindful of it,
you've got to wake him up.
Yeah,
he's thinking about results, not the process right now.
Right. And he's going to get one to make a decision about again, especially after having a couple misses. You're looking at a thin cut on the 3. When he's feeling good, he gets down and cuts this in. Also, now he's going to put him behind the 5.
Oh, yeah.
Nice shot, though.
Real good. Okay. Yeah, he just cannot, it'd be like a boxer dropping his hands, or something.
Right.
You've just got to get back up in your guard. Forget about the results. You got hit a couple times.
And this is going to give another little thin cut shot. So, no, this is okay. The 3 got further down than I thought. He's going to have to contend with the 9, though, if he wants to hit it naturally. So,
yeah. You just can't get negative if you're SKYLER. You can win from here. And it's been a struggle, and you're struggling right now. You have to sometimes win ugly, win with your B game. But don't get negative, or else you sentence yourself to almost a certainty that you're going to lose.
That was a lot better stroke. A lot more thorough. And even those little shots like that, when you're struggling, you work on your timing right there, like the 4. You can't miss it, right? But that's the time to work on that timing to make sure you're not getting quick.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Yeah, if I could go out there when he was down on the ball and just put my fingertips right here and say, don't dig in my fingertips as I rest them on his back,
Right.
he would get snap out of this and start playing the 950 that he played against Arcolo. But fatigues wore in. Now he's wanting to win so bad, and he forgot about performing. All right, let's start over. 1-1 is our score.
You can tell it's a little bit of a Sky Woodward crowd. Nothing wrong with that. Right here, not far from his hometown of Paducah, Kentucky. And
well, the other part of it is people know SKYLER. We don't really know James Aranas. He's kind of
Right.
quiet, introverted. SKYLER is quite the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be out dancing here, win or lose, when we're done.
Rack number 3, SKYLER breaking. The match is tied at 1.
Okay, now, don't be in a hurry. Take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Aim this break.
Made the 1. Now, what's the
job.
2 going to do? He's not getting much love on the 2 right
No.
now.
No, and Aranas has made a couple of mistakes, but also SKYLER didn't get a shot.
Yeah, now, very tough rollout. Very tough position to roll out. I mean, you almost have to roll out to a piece of the ball somehow or a kick because you can't give him a cross-side bank. You certainly can't give him something straight in. Yeah, he's got to roll out to something that sits real funny, and he knows he's still going to be taking away the worst of that.
Right. Boy, is there any way to tie up a ball somewhere?
No,
Not really.
Yeah. No,
That's what happens when you break them too good.
yeah, and he can't. There's not really a challenging place on the table that. I mean, you're not going to get it back ever. You're not going to have a chance of getting that back. So
Right. So
maybe kick to the end rail, the middle of the top rail, and give yourself a kick on the 2.
I don't even mind this. Can we get the overhead real quick? I don't even mind rolling it just down here where I can only faintly fan the
yeah,
one.
that's what I
just,
mean, yeah.
and make him play a safety. I would not leave him this shot.
Well, I think he thought that the safety might have been too easy to do that as well. That's why I thought maybe the same place you're talking about, but maybe for the kick. But you don't figure him to get this back ever. Yeah, that's the problem with that.
If you ever lose from a push out, it was a horrible push out. Just so you know.
Right, well, it comes up every now and again,
if the
right?
guy-
It comes up every now and again.
Okay, but
yeah.
if the guy slops one in, I'm not saying that, but if the guy shoots it straight in from your push out and runs out.
If he can naturally roll the ball in easy and run out on you, I think you probably made a little bit of a mistake on the push out. Now, if he's got to hump one in and then go up and down the table and whatnot and play short position, but I would have rather rolled out to a kick on the 2 rather than roll out to here. To what's probably going to end up costing him the game without getting another opportunity at the table.
And hopefully it's only, well, he's still got a little shot to do here, but
Yeah, he's gotta
hopefully
get
it's
past
only
the
one
9.
game, because Aranas can definitely break and run a couple racks behind this.
Well, it looks like he's definitely getting a little stronger as he goes.
Right. If he gave the safety back to you and you messed it up, or he played the killer safety, at least you gave him one more chance to make a mistake before he closed it out.
Yeah, and you'll get the kick. And that's another thing. You'll get to kick at a ball. So I think, like I said, I would have had to roll out to the middle of the end rail and just take the kick on the 2. It wasn't great, but
Now it's not even the score. It's just the fact that we can't feel negative over our circumstance. We've messed it up a couple times here. It's still certainly recoverable.
oh yeah, 2-1. Usually opportunity does come up in these finals. Almost like Hill in the final.
Right.
It's almost rarely a break and run. You almost always have a rollout position or
Yeah.
some type of cluster or something that's going to turn into the players exchanging innings at the table.
Yeah, I've probably broadcast close to 40 matches here, and that's the first time all weekend that a push-out really turned into a
I win.
right immediately. The incoming player won the game.
Yeah, and on the outer tables on the break, we saw the corner ball a lot. Here we haven't seen the corner ball hardly at all. We've seen the one, obviously, quite a bit. And what an opportunity here for Sky. Okay, he's got to bear down on this. I think he's got to go forward. I think he can, too, and get by the 5 to the rail and back out for the 2. Got to hit it well. It's one you can't take your eye off of course. Nice shot. Okay, he'll probably come across in between the 4-9, right? No reason to put inside English here.
Looks like you got a little straight there.
Yeah, a little flat. Smooth it out 2 rails. There you go. A little better rhythm on the stroke there. You'll see when you do that how much more roll you get on the cue ball. You get a little quick, cue ball gets a little flat, doesn't roll very far for you at all. That needs to go a little bit. Still going to be all right.
And Skyler pumps the 9-ball into the heart of the pocket, ties the match 2 games apiece. And we get a look at Sky's break here momentarily.
Yeah, and he's broken, been pretty successful with the 1. Just that the 2-ball hasn't been too cooperative overall. And really getting in spots where it's really tough to roll out. We saw that.
Good job there.
Yeah, and didn't quite hit him quite as hard. I think he was a little more accurate overall. And now he may have the top side of the 2. He may have a cut shot, actually. This may be doable here, going back and forth, trying to gain position on the 3.
That side pocket is big.
Yeah, and if he's cut off a little bit, he may not be able to put right English, because then he'll deflect into the 4 with the cue ball.
Right.
So that makes it a little harder to guide the cue ball one way or another. He could put it with inside, though. If he hits it real clean with inside, I think he may be able to go right back and forth between the 4 and 7. Taking a little more time. Oh, he is hitting it with outside, so he's trying to beat the side pocket, get past it for the 3
That
on the
means
short side. Oh, he caught it thick.
I think he just squirted into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the right. Once again, incomplete backswing, quick transition.
And the aim wasn't bad, that's for sure. It was just what Mark just said. The timing created bad timing, and now the curve of the cue ball wasn't what he predicted, and that wasn't very good.
No, he was thinking he was going to hit the thinner side of the pocket, and then the left English would have taken, but instead he hit it real full.
And he's just going to coast up on the 5-ball here. Take his chances on the kick.
Is he looking at two railing this to get separation? I think so.
And a chance to make it as well.
Right. We saw a ball like this get back cut into the corner pocket here a little while ago by Aranas.
Yeah, I don't think the cue ball, unless you really hit it heavy and with a lot more speed, it's not going to escape. Is it going to go right into the 9? Cue ball?
Well, it depends.
Well, look, he might get behind it. Look at this.
All right.
Wow.
Quality effort. And just like you have to accept when you get punished for not leaving a shot, you also sometimes are blessed.
Well, that and
This is
James kind of missed what was pretty easy position, I thought, from the 2 to the 3.
this is an awkward hit, and it's hard to do much with it.
Yeah, and you got to get some speed on it, so that creates a little. Oh, he edged it. He edged it. It's amazing how little you can move an object ball sometimes. I mean, that just moved like half an inch, less. So big shot for Sky. Kind of the type of shot that's usually his bread and butter. Getting down, and we'll see as far as that backswing you talked about. If he can stay full, these are pretty easy shots for these caliber players. Got a little short, but he kept his timing decent, so. The reason why the short is or rather keep the long backswing is it helps timing usually. That's why you do it. I mean, if you can have a short backswing and still complete the timing correctly, more power to you, but it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it is. You almost have to have from the time you pause at the cue ball till the time you glide back, transition to hit the cue ball, it's got to have that tempo.
Right.
And the tempo that pros use is something more like ladies and gentlemen as you hit the ball. You know, that so it's over a second rather than 5/10, 6/10 of a second. It's a big difference. Pros are all 1.2 to 1.8 seconds. Amateurs are 0.3 to 0.8 seconds.
Yeah, they really take away from the power they actually should have a lot of times by, pre-strokes and backswing is the one that really destroys the motion, in my opinion, a lot of times. A lot of people have a pretty good forward motion when it comes to playing pool, but they just don't set it up to be so great.
Jerry Bryseth says the backswing holds the whole stroke together, and I think he's referring to that timing and the rhythm of that, because amateurs really don't care about the backswing. They want to see if they made or missed or won or lost, so they're consumed with when they hit the ball.
Right.
But now they mishit the cue ball, and they're half a millimeter left, half a millimeter right, unintentionally. And then by the time it travels 7 feet down the table, that shows up as 3 or 4 millimeters, misses the pocket by 3 inches, and you think you aimed it wrong. No, you didn't tell Whitey go straight.
Exactly, and like you said, the backswing sets up the forward swing. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen, but even going more with that same train of thought is what sets up the backswing, the pre-strokes and the pause at the cue ball and things like that. So they all kind of connect together to make everything proper and make it easy to be proper.
All right. Even Skyler on his break has a slower, more complete backswing and transition than he does on his when he's tired and tough shots come up.
Yeah,
so it really hinders his accuracy.
Yeah, I think grabbing his first lead of our 2 final sets here. So, and he's rolling out to a 2-rail kick here. Trying to hit a little of the bottom of it and bring the cue ball back towards the 6, or excuse me, the 7. Sending the 1 up table, I believe, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't see any other path.
I would not give this back.
Well, the only reason giving this back is okay a little bit because the 6 and the 4 there, it's really hampering the path of the 1. He may not get a rail here if he doesn't watch it. Okay, he got the cue ball correct, though, and he knocked the 1 down. Now, me, myself, I kind of agree with you, and not just because of hindsight, but I would have probably attacked on that kick shot myself.
The reason is it was deep, as long as you get to the corner pocket and don't hit the point.
You're going to hit the bottom, right?
Right. You can't go too deep You're always going to hit the bottom. That's what that's what he had.
Yeah, and percentages are you got a lot of good things that can happen.
If you can hit the bottom, right.
This is going to sell out a shot. And a pretty nice one on the one, considering the 2-5 are a little bit jammed up. So now he has a nice little angle, and he's close to where he can get short side on the 2. How sweet was that? That kick shot could have turned out a lot different. Oh, little light, Mark. Little light. Now he's going to have to come across the table by the 4. And if he just comes a little broader there, he doesn't have to get very much straighter, but if he just comes a little broader away from the 2, everything's pretty easy. But now he's got to have a deft touch coming across the table. And he's got to get his line. He doesn't want to catch a piece of the 4 that offers a scratch in the side. But he's got to get enough so he doesn't scratch naturally in the side. Nice shot. And the shot we saw that SKYLER shoot against Dennis in a similar fashion.
Yeah. Well, he accomplished a lot with that last stroke. He got close to the 3, which makes pocketing the 3 much easier.
A little bit no man's land, but he should be able to hold the ball. Kind of pinch it over maybe 5 or 6 inches. Oh, okay, a little closer than maybe he wanted, maybe not. He's perfect on the 6, though. Now a routine 9 ball to tie this final at 3.
Yeah, we got 2 guys sincerely competing here. 3-3 is our score. Aranas at 900 even. Woodward at 844.
And we've had 2 dry breaks here in this final set, one by each player.
Got some younger champions all sitting together over there. Christina Takash, Fedor Gorst, Tyler Steyer.
Aranas breaking. Match tied at 3.
Pretty full arena here, 2 in the morning.
Okay, got a kiss on the cue ball. Now the 2's gotten locked up behind the 8. So another difficult rollout. Because he's got to roll out where it's doable for him, too, if he gets it back. So he can't just roll out over here and be thin off the end rail on the 2 and expect to be able to do something from there. He's got to be able to cue the bottom of the ball, most likely. So I don't think this one's going to be froze on the rail, Mark, like you do a lot of times on a rollout. Got to make sure you can get to the bottom of the ball here.
I think SKYLER will take this.
Well, this is touchy too, though. But he's going to try and cut the 2 away and bring the cue ball to the back rail. But oh, he's floating this one more. He's going to check it up and try and use the eclipse on the 3, like that. And maybe not such a great rollout by James Aranas. That looked pretty easy, right?
Yeah, you're right. And now it's a pretty testy kick here.
For sure. It's got to go underneath the 3, it appears. Maybe curve at the 2, maybe. That's not bad. If he could curve at it, if the 9's not in the way, if he could hit it, he could get by the bottom of them balls, you know, get the 2 by them balls, the 6 and 7, and maybe get a snooker.
I think he's going 2 rails because it plays easier to hit.
He's going to leave a tough one for Sky. Off angle. Sky may just, I think the pass there to 3 rail this around. I think. He may even be able to go for this 3 rails in the corner and shove the cue ball forward. I don't like the shot shooting it straight in, do you?
Oh, no.
I mean, it's doable. He can make it, but, I mean, where's he going with it? Unless he rolls it.
I'm totally with the 3-railer and put the cue ball on the end rail. That's their primary objective.
He could roll this and just lay between the 8 and 9 in the center of the table for the cut on the 3. Wow, what a hit.
Oh, my.
What a hit.
Do you see that cue ball
Dead center of the
arc off
pocket.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dead center of the pocket.
Oh, wow.
And no reward, really. I mean, he got kind of straight here on the 3.
Oh, no, he's good.
Oh, he's got enough angle to come out?
Oh, yeah, he's close. He can work
but
this.
he's got traffic to go forward. So
Yeah, but, I mean, after the last shot, this is nothing.
he'll just lay on the side rail, I guess.
I think he's going to 2-rail it out just in between the 7 and 6 or the side rail if that's
Yeah, I
comfortable.
think with the 6 being right there, I think this is a good play. What a shot on the 2 ball. Hit dead center of the pocket, too. And that's one you could bobble pretty easy, Mark.
You're telling me?
Okay, he's got a little angle. He's kind of close to the rail, so he may roll past the 7 for the side pocket.
Yeah, that's what he measures up.
Yeah, he knows that about that middle diamond is a good place. That's going to be fine, even if he has to go to the top rail and back down. Nothing wrong with that. Better than being short on the 7 and having to go towards the 9 with the cue ball. So a couple, 3, he should get down here with this 7, 8, 9 to grab a lead again at 4-3. And one heck of a shot on the 2 ball by Sky Woodward, but a pretty questionable rollout by James Aranas.
Right. I just can't believe how much that cue ball dipped. He had top spin with velocity on there.
Yeah, and it may have gone into that point a little bit at the speed he hit it, which kind of stalled it maybe for a second and then started to let it warp. Okay, Sky's got to feel like he's in a great position. Probably not had the most breaks overall and not having many shots after the break and still after 7 games with a 4-3 lead. And you can look at the TPA. What is that? 34 points behind James and still has a 1-game lead. Okay, the 2's going to get in front of the side. What's the cue ball going to do? He's just like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter how they turn out. I'm snookered.
Yeah.
And another really tough rollout. Oh, man. I mean, you can't roll out to any type of shot or any type of cross-side bank. Very easy to run the cue ball safe in certain positions as well. He'd like to roll out just kind of by that side pocket, but the 4's in the way. That's not a bad spot like where he's looking at now, but I mean, how do you get there? You shoot through the 4. If you don't hit it just right, you give up a cross-side bank maybe. I don't know what I would do here.
Yeah, there's not a right or wrong. Just don't lose with this push out. That's what
He's not pushing. He's kicking.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You just don't lose with the push out.
I don't know. I might chip the 3 to the bottom rail and let the cue ball fall on the bottom rail and challenge him on the 2 maybe. I don't know. I cut it a little bit. Oh, great shot there. Great shot there. It ain't going to work out for him, but a good effort.
I don't know. It's not that easy.
Oh, yeah, the 2 doesn't go.
No, it may, but it's...
Well, if you look at it, I mean, it may slide by there, but it's not a shot you're shooting at, right? So he's just going to lay him up. The thing is, Sky's going to get a better kick, most likely.
Good job, Sky.
He's going to see it. Ooh, another big mistake here.
Well, that's the reason, because you give your opponent a chance to make a mistake.
Right.
That's every time you want to expand the game, you have to push out or kick the opening shot.
I think he's got to edge this.
You're looking to prolong.
He's got to edge this and just use his talent, come behind the 4. Oh, no good. Yeah, he was trying to go all the way back up table behind the 3-9. I think he was trying to do a little much there, Mark.
Yeah, and the 2-ball was away from the rail, so sometimes if it's very near the rail, I kind of like to play that rail first, real light. Not to play the shot towards the pocket, but I'm just saying just to move that ball only 6 inches and then work on getting the rail down table. Sometimes you can make that shot. You know how I learned it? Trying to cut it in and missing it.
Oh, yeah. Just barely catching it, yeah. He got a little straight here, so he's going to gather himself just to see where he wants to shoot that 4 from exactly. James real good at cheating the pocket, though. And it was really straight, so he decided to just go forward. Great stroke there.
Yeah, he got right through the cue ball. His transition was smooth, stayed still. Each of those things contributes to accuracy or diminishes accuracy if you add those little tweaks, twitches, quirks. If you can stay still as a statue, your accuracy just skyrockets. When you miss, it's not your aim, it's your stroke.
Yeah, you don't hear many people off a miss get up and say, oh, my aim was bad. They usually say, oh, I put a bad stroke on it. I hit it with my purse. I pooched it.
Yeah, right.
I decelerated. You know, I did a number of things that it's rarely ever that you'll get up and that you'll hear somebody say, man, I knew I was aiming at that bad. You know, something
Right.
like, you know, you just don't hear that. So.
Aranas 4, Woodward 4.
And Sky really getting tortured off the break here. He's made some mistakes otherwise also, just a few, and like that safety right there, that's a costly mistake at this level. But he'd sure like to get back to the table, have another chance to break, and see if he can continually get hooked on that 2-ball.
Oh, you can definitely go match and get hooked. You know, he's had such a good go of it. It's probably turned around the other way a little bit here, too.
Right.
You know how it goes.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes you just have to win them one at a time.
Yeah, it feels like 3 months of it sometimes, even though it's maybe just a couple of tournaments, but it feels like it gets magnified. Oh, and there's that close to scratch we were talking about, and another dry break.
Yeah, all that draw really takes away from the ball action. You know.
Yeah, well, you see that one had more cue ball speed. They're all going across the table like that, but that means he cut the one a little more. And so you're not going to get as much power on the rack. You're not going to get as much movement on the balls when you get a little more cut. So it's not quite a full-blown half-ball cut or anything. It's about 2/3 of the ball probably or so. Great shot there. Now he's got to make a decision. Does a 3 pass the 8? Boy, he went a long ways there, huh? And now he's gotten funny to hold for the 3 past the 8. He may go 3 rails short side here, Mark.
I wouldn't blame him at all. I think it plays real nice for that. You're never, even if you don't like what you get, you can still defend yourself.
Great
Oh, my
stroke that
goodness.
time, yeah.
Yeah, he caught a good one there. He did stay still.
And he's going to get kind of straight to where he's going to have to go forward or draw back to a short position shot, kind of where the cue ball's at now. I like him going forward. Don't
Me
take
too.
any chances here.
No, it's such a small window down there. You're tired. Get out here where you can stroke.
Yeah, and the 4 plays to the 5 fairly easy from above the balls going forward, so. So he can go either way here. He can go to the left side of the 9, or he has enough angle to go top right English. He can come on the other side for the 5, so. The 5's kind of 50-50. It's a little bit favoring one side, but not much.
Good.
Good
Yeah.
stroke there.
I was afraid he was going to try to force that rather than just roll it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like getting in between the 7-9 for the carom. I don't like going all the way down. You take a real chance of getting to where you might not be able to make that.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I like kind of where the cue ball's at now, exactly. On that path. If you come all the way down here, I understand it makes it easier to hold position on the 6, The 6 is going to be a lot easier shot after the carom's done, but you may get to where you don't have a carom. Oh, boy. Okay. All right, so he got pretty nice here. He's got to really pay attention to this thin hit. And speed's got to be good. That way the 6 doesn't come up too high.
Yeah, good shot.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
So that was an easier way to gain position, but you also had a little element of risk getting, if you overrun right there, you don't have any carom on the 8. Just simple back and forth. I don't think he should go 3 rails here, but he is. He's got to get a lot out of the cue ball for it to get there.
He did it.
He's got to get a lot out of the cue ball for it to get there. That's why 3 rails I thought was a little asking a lot. I thought he should have maybe stayed underneath him there, Mark. Hard to say, though.
This play's nice. He's tired, though.
I know. He's like, man, everything got to fall on the rail, a little steep.
Yeah, well, he overcut the pocket of hair, so then the speed was off. Oh, smooth that one home.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything you want badly isn't going to be easy.
Right. Anything that's truly great is not easy either.
It's kind of what we told these guys, and I'm sure you did the same thing in the Moscone Cup, is if, you want it badly, you hadn't had it in a while, it's not going to be a gift. That's for sure. And I'm sure you watched pretty much all of that, huh, Mark?
Every stroke.
Well, them guys, they played well.
We clapped. Oh, I wish you could have been.
I actually saw your Moscone Cup parties at Linden. I think it was at Lindenwood, right?
We try to promote it and everybody's excited about it. Oh, it's the most. If you're not at the Moscone Cup, Lindenwood is the greatest place to watch the Moscone Cup.
There you go.
It is. It's so much fun, so much energy. Bergman was there.
Okay, is he going to get a shot? He's going to get a little bit of a look at it. I don't think you would consider it a shot to make it.
Yeah.
He's happy, though, because I think he can bank the 2 up and move the cue ball to where he can play safe behind the balls.
This is pool. It's not going to be easy, like you said. This is the real deal here.
It's not easy for you guys all day. It's not easy for the spectators. It's been a long day, so certainly to gain the title, capture the title, is not going to be easy either. So can he bank it straight back between the 9 and 8 and run the cue ball back behind the 6-8, couple rails, or is he going to catch the 9 coming across?
I don't know if he can just stun it over to
I don't think he can see all the 2. I think the 7 has got him cut off a little bit.
Here on the overhead, looks like he might be able to. So he's going to know what to. Well, we hope he knows what he can do.
I think he's playing some type of safety like that, trying to run the ball back behind him. Oh, he's cutting it in. Excuse me. But now what? Now what?
He painted that ball in.
Man, the cue ball almost went a total of 13 feet before that ball got to the hole.
Yeah.
That's always the prettiest thing to watch for me. Watch the cue ball racing and the other ball just going slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all touch here, just guiding him behind the 6, I believe.
And this is a tough shot. He's got to go a long way, and he's naked until he gets behind those balls.
Or behind the 7-8. He's not quite going to get there.
No, that's called a naked safety. You got to get all the way there, and if you stop anywhere along the way, you're in no man's land. And then now the 4 and the 3 are right together.
Well, he really didn't have much of that 3 at all. I thought he could see enough to where he could guide behind the 6, not have to go 3 rail or 2 rails behind the 7-8. A little bit of a funny bridge. Okay, great shot, though. And again, just extraordinary timing. Just, going all the way down the table with the cue ball. Has plenty of energy on it to come out. Didn't fall forward and go towards the 4 at all. A little flat.
Yeah. Have to power up a little bit here.
Yeah. But it'll be another one of those clean ones, right? Just get the most out of it. You're going to be okay. Yeah, see, it runs out a nice ways when you stay clean with the shot. This is a nice light stroke, just staying at 5 or 6 inches behind the 8 right there. Yeah.
Good call too.
Yeah,
It was
just
a light stroke.
Yeah, a lot of people get jumpy with that stroke, and again, don't trust that little bit of angle will move you plenty.
He didn't squeeze the cue.
Right.
He stayed still and got right through the ball and got maximum spin with minimum speed.
Yeah, and when you do that, that helps the ball roll out a little bit. So moving the
Economy of
ball is
motion.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, effective spin. 5-5 is our score.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're going 8-8 here. We had that last year between.
I hope so, because at 3 a.m. I start getting overtime.
It was John Mora and Chris Melling.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? 8-3, I think it was. Melling came back to win.
Yep.
It was amazing stuff. You can see our rack track. The guys exchanging many games. A few games won in a row, but not many. Okay, that's more of the break we saw earlier. A lot more of what he probably wants too. He's got a 2-ball across the side that I think he will shoot at. I think. Looks like he's got enough angle to pull the cue ball, just kind of draw the cue ball right out towards the center for the cut on the 4. He's got plenty of safeties though as well. Now the one thing, if the bank's not sitting well to move the cue ball into position, don't force things. Go ahead and take the safe.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, it looks like he can bank the 2 kind of back behind the 5-6 and run the cue ball back underneath them balls maybe. He played the 2 instead. That's going to be a little light with the cue ball. Now the 2 got in a decent place, but not great.
No, Skyler's kind of got his way with the 2 ball. He's going to have to execute something.
He may bank this straight back. He's got a lot of cover. He figures to hit the pocket and hold the 2 up.
Well, and the 3 ball's right there. So if he does,
that's what I mean. Yeah, he can hold position and hold a little bit of a safety. Okay, he spun it. He wasn't trying for the bank at all. He would have never cued it with left English if he was trying to make it. So he was totally intending just to play safe there.
And a good job of it.
Yeah, and it's amazing how little these guys do jump the ball with the full cue. We used to jump the ball with a full cue a lot. Maybe this is a little tough. I don't know.
I know it's impossible for me. I just never could jump a full ball with full cue.
No. Well, he's got to spin this, I think. Maybe not. Maybe he can just go one rail straight at it.
I can't tell.
This is tough.
Yeah,
this is real tough.
Exactly.
3 rails.
I do know that part of it. I know it's for sure not easy.
Yeah, 3 rails. Right in between everything.
Good job, Skyler. Now you've earned yourself an opportunity.
Well, the 3's next to the 4, so you just fall straight on the 3, and then you can stop on the 4, and that gives you a nice angle to come back for the 5 in that opposite corner. You can tell the 7's got it covered up. So really just kind of straight on the 3 is what you want. Surprised he's not rolling this ball in somewhere. He could roll it in the opposite side pocket and coast into straight in pretty easy, but he's going to use the rail here. I'm just a big fan of following my ball with ball in hand much more often than drawing it. Just kind of stop right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Try to hold it as much as he could. I think he'll punch back over, or not punch, but kind of one rail back over for the 5 in the corner. Could come back for the side, but I don't like it. I like him sticking to the corners. Yeah, nice shot. I think he got perfect. Not on the rail, but still has the angle behind it to naturally go over towards the 6.
Looks good. Yeah, looks like he just used a little bit of draw, come right up to the center.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy. He didn't want to get a funny angle, which he did. You had to play that. You couldn't just let it go there.
Yeah, he's close, though. He should be okay. He's just got to let it out a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying. You
yeah,
see, look how hard he had to hit it to get. I mean, you could have let the cue ball go 6 more inches earlier, and then.
His timing is not that great. He should have gotten still more out of that punch shot. Still not. You can see how quickly the cue ball's just dying. So the timing's not that great on the swing right now. And that's just struggling a little bit. That's all. Oh, he's shooting this from froze off the rail, maybe? No. Okay.
But this is the kind of run out that the American players make that Chang Jung Lin never exposes himself to.
Right.
He can make the shots, but he works so hard on those angles.
Oh, my.
Well, that's the price.
That's that quick stroke again we were talking about. Got a little quick and came up off the shot.
Yep.
And that was just that's fatigue, ladies and gentlemen.
(6-5) Aranas.
So, not the way you want to get a game on your side, but you have to take it. Part of it.
Now, here's where it's really easy to get down on yourself. You start thinking, I should be 1 game ahead. I've winning all my games. Some of his. This is ridiculous.
Well, and at this level, as far as getting down on yourself, I think what happens here in these situations is a form of you'll make a bad decision behind it. Like you'll break right here, and the guy didn't make anything or something, and you're hooked, and you just kind of maybe make a bad rollout, or you just make a little bit of a light decision behind some frustration from missing a ball or two. So it's easy to do, and we'll see if he's going to attack here on the one cross side. I believe he probably will. It's a little funny to get positioned, though, because of the 3 there, and you don't want to come 2 rails towards the back of the 8 and 9. So if you're going to be offensive, you got to be careful, and that's what might make him think safety. And that's not a natural either. If the 3 wasn't there, he would definitely bank this in and pull his ball a couple rails. But now the 3's there, is slowing the cue ball down.
Nice decision.
Yeah, pretty smart play. And
that's nice decision. Just go into the 3 and get the 1 down there where it's awkward to deal with.
And the 2's big. The 2's a big ball to hook him. So
yeah, that's some 15-ball rotation skill right there.
Yeah, that's a little bit beyond his years, and that's knowing that 3's going to contain the cue ball real well.
Oh, tagged it square.
Sure did. We'll see. It looks like it's going to come and just settle right behind the 4, just as planned.
Good job there, Skywalker.
Is he looking to kick 2 rails at this? I would kick 1 with just a little spin if needed.
If he's hoping to bank the 4 and he has to hit the high side.
Yeah.
He got
he
too
did
high.
real well with the 1, though.
Oh, boy.
So this is what I mean. You still got to settle yourself, even though there's still frustration.
Yeah.
You got to make a good decision here, which is probably just soft spin behind the 5 and let the 1 just float up behind the 4. I think that's probably the best, easiest decision. I know you're going to leave an easy kick. He's going to run the cue ball?
No, he's undecided.
Well, he could chip it and run the cue ball. Either way, he could try to get behind the 3 or the 8 and 9. Both are available. I kind of still like the softer one, just laying the cue ball on the side rail behind the 5. Okay, this may be perfect. Meanwhile.
Good shot.
Yeah, great shot. And totally intended to get the 1 out in space. Didn't want the 1 laying between the 2-6 on that gap. That was a very mindful shot by Sky Woodward. Did he make this 2 ball? Nope. And he opened up the 8-9 that were a little bit tied up. Good shot for Sky to get started on cleaning that stroke up right here. He needs a nice clean one to draw to the end rail and out. Not saying it's a tough shot, but it's one. Oh, he's going to follow his ball. He's just going to dink it in. 3 rails. Okay, nice shot. Now, when you're fatigued, it's almost like you want to tell yourself, okay, let me put a little extra on everything because I'm fatigued. I'm not quite getting enough on the ball. But it's actually probably quite the opposite. You probably got to stay a little cleaner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I'm fatigued the whole time, I'm thinking, boy, I'd like to chip that 6 out. Boy, I'd like to.
Not work as hard.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you can't lose the brain, that's for sure. Okay, like that one's just light, just little bitty things, and it's going to be all right, but it's still light. It still makes a little stress on having to ease this ball in. And now, just because he's got to ease it, oof, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it makes it more possible to get dead straight on the 6 somehow,
Right.
or too steep on the 6 because you have to use a little more touch on the 5. Big shot here, you can tell, of course, 6-5 score. Nice hit.
Pretty good camera work there, too. That was a pretty, came right into our living room. Hey, we got the crack staff here at ACCUSTATS. Best in the business.
Oh, yeah. Guys know what they're doing.
All right, 6-6. Now it's more fun.
Timeout. 5-minute timeout.
Well, we're going to have a short player timeout. I don't blame them. As we look on, Skywalker racking the balls here. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from a short player timeout.
Rack number 13.
And you see the rack track. No player winning more than 2 games in a row.
6.
Destined to go 8-8, I'm sure. Maybe not, though,
Has to.
Sky. Yeah.
No, it has to. 6-6 is our score. There's
The 1. Now, the 2 is pretty open right now, but we'll see. It's been getting covered up, and that's a start. Sky playing with the crowd a little bit.
Well, quite a bit of energy from the crowd here. I think everybody felt a little empathy that he's not been the beneficiary of much off the break.
And the referee's got to replace the 9.
This guy's ready to, he's trying to measure.
Well, he's got to maybe cheat it a little bit. He doesn't have to. He can just roll forward and take a little thinner cut on the 3, but that's what he's thinking about here. The thing is, he's got to be a little... Oh, don't do anything crazy here and try and get a little more out of this and clip that 6 and follow this ball in or something like that. Just take what you got. Yeah, there you go. Now, the thing is, I think he's got to ease this. I don't really think he can afford to flirt with the traffic down table going up and down, can he?
I think he'd rather play it that way.
I know he would, but I
Yeah.
mean, oof, man, you catch anything here, the 9's big on scratching, and that's what's been the problem when he had to put a little more speed on a shot. It's been costly at times. Yeah, just a quick delivery all the way around, and usually makes you break down a little bit, and you hit a little bit higher on the cue ball than you really want, and then now things change. When you go up the dial on the cue ball, it's very hard to go up the dial straight. You usually hit a little bit of hair left than you wanted, or hair more on the right than you wanted. Tough shot here for James, just barely edging this 3. How's the speed? Wow, great shot.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So you kick for this. Oh, you might have a piece of it. If not, you kick for the side here, right? Do you kick to try to make, or you just go ahead and try to knock it down? I try to make it.
I think so.
Yeah, you can be really accurate here. Of course, you're still a little bit of an underdog, but I think it's still, you make it 3 out of 10. Maybe a little bit higher than that.
Right.
And don't have to warp it, just hit it clean. Definitely held the ball, but it's going to give up a shot to James Aranas at 6-6 here. And I really like to see Sky just kind of ease that 3-ball in earlier and shoot the 4 from a little longer away. But, hey, I know he likes to go up and down the table. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, my. So we're starting to definitely see a little fatigue setting in with these guys. Can he afford to shoot at this? I guess so.
I think Skywalker's ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah, but he's got to hit it great to wrap out of the corner and not end up getting behind that 7.
What a shot.
Yeah, great shot.
What a shot.
And that's one of the bread and butter ones for Sky, just leveling out. I've seen it on a bar table so many times, and it sounds like it's easy on the bar table, but it's really not on certain shots.
No, right.
And it's the same thing on the big table for him.
Roll on 18-wheeler. That's his deal. It's almost like he gets his rhythm and timing from that song. Even the great Shane Van Bonen cannot beat Skyler when that song's on. We've did it a number of times. It's amazing.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and go the hit to the top rail and back. He was going to try and just kind of hold it.
Then he came to his senses and said, no, let's win.
Is he not coming across the table on this? Okay, I thought he would. Must have been less angled than I thought. And that's the shot that is kind of fools us a little bit from being up here in the booth.
Yep. Well, Skyler's on the hill, get on the hill. Also known as 7 games.
Yeah.
Now, if you could generate some offense from here.
Well, he had an opportunity in the last one, that's for sure. He had a great starter on the 2.
It's a habit.
It wasn't an easy shot on the 3, and I kind of thought maybe on the 2 he could have played it off the 6 and then actually worked the cue ball significantly closer.
Oh, maybe.
But it wasn't easy. It wasn't laying easy on something like that. But he was certainly punchy on the stroke. If I felt that I was going to be that punchy on the stroke, then maybe go ahead and gamble on the 2-ball.
He lost the cue ball a little bit lower than what he really wants, and that's the problem. But looky here. Looky here. And there's that opportunity you were talking about. He's got a nice shot on the 1 that offers pretty natural position on the 2. The 3's in the middle of the table. So as long as he gets this 1 down. And this is the 1. You don't have much angle, but trust that little bit of angle is enough to move the cue ball. You get a little quick, you get a little punchy. Well, you hit it right into that fat point on the side rail, and you miss the 1.
This could really put a hurting on the open table miss from Aranas if he can cash this one in. You remember the shot that Aranas just missed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He had to elevate a little bit, and it was a little bit of distance, but it was one that he knocks in.
Well, he missed it by a significant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like it rattled.
It was almost like he decelerated a little bit on the stroke, so.
This guy's looking a little more energized.
He's got a 3 in the corner and just kind of hold his ball. The 5's real open out in the center of the table. And
Good shot.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
And anywhere is fine as long as he doesn't have like a straight end's fine. He can draw back for the 6. A little angle going one way or the other is fine. Just don't get too extreme on anything as far as an angle. Don't make the 5 missable. So even if you're a little distance right here and you're straight, that's fine. You can draw back.
Well, that's a good shot.
Yeah. And that was just a little bit more guaranteeing I'm not going to get thin on the 5 any kind of way. No reason to get thin.
I like this.
Yeah, he
Being
should
careful.
be fine. Yeah.
No, I mean, just to get clear in your head what you're doing here. Don't just kind of hack it over somewhere and hope. Clean. Yeah, that was good.
And now is still another decision as far as, do I go all the way around and threaten the 9, or do I just play short side here? This is a little more of a decision than it looks.
Yeah.
Because if you go all the way around, sometimes you overrun, guaranteeing you get by the 9. So I would really look at the 7 up in the long corner myself. You can just float to the end rail and back up, get real heavy on it. I don't think there's any problem with that. He still has an extension, so yeah, I'm definitely looking at the 7 right there. And one thing for Sky that he's got a good reference on that is he played a lot of bar tables. So you do that on a lot of bar tables.
Yeah.
You don't risk getting snookered just to make the shot a little easier.
Good shot.
Yeah, need to go a little bit, but he's still fine.
No, you're not going to beat Aranas if you miss this ball.
Right.
Simple as that. So that kind of alleviates the pressure. I'm supposed to make this.
Is he going to roll this and chip on the 9, though? I mean, that's probably what I would do. I'd probably level out right here, and if I go past the 9, I'm fine. If I just rub it a little bit, I'm fine also. No reason to elevate here. See that? See how he went past it? He was fine. If he bumped it a little bit, he had the other corner.
Good deal. Okay. Oh, quality break and run out there, and now Sky's on the hill. Well, this will be the last break of the day for SKYLER Woodward.
15, Skyler breaking
Yeah, and I used to be the one that says, man, last break, don't scratch. And then I got to realize that's not the way to think. You don't even bring that up. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Commit to what you've been doing through the tournament and to get on the hill. Just stick to that.
One
Okay,
found
made
the
the
side.
1. Cue ball's going to get a kiss. Is the balls? Are they going to open
No.
up? I don't think so. I think he's snookered. And there's been some really tough places to roll out this match. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there has.
He can't cross it either, even if he can see a little bit of it, because it's going to kiss. I believe so. This is where you may roll out to the full cue jump. It's a prime example. You roll, a couple feet closer to the 5, maybe 18 inches or so closer to the 5. Other than that, you got to roll out to a kick, right, Mark?
Yeah.
Extension.
I don't even mind this. Just roll it up a little bit into here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did I get the overhead? Roll it up to where Jeremy's saying here.
And if not, you
If he
can
gives
still
it
kick
back
it. Yeah.
high velocity, you can go here. You can go all the way
Right.
down here.
Wow, he
he
almost
had-
made it. He curved at it.
Okay.
And he's going to leave him a little bit tough here. Because cutting it in the side, he's contending with the 7 ball down there. So he's cutting this in the corner. He's not thinking twice about the side. I think both are available. But you can see the corner may be a little easier and offers a little easier position.
Hello, 8 ball. Get by there.
No, he hit it
did.
great.
Yeah, fantastic shot.
Is he cutting straight? Is he drawing back for the side here?
Yeah, except no
Okay.
corner.
I like that a lot better. Simple.
And you're always got a shot.
Yeah, and you're going towards your next ball very easily. Either kind of striking and going to the left of the 9 or forward, either one. He used every bit of the pocket on the 6 there now. Ooh. Or the 7 it may have been. So again, who you like? The guy that's breaking, needing 2 games, or the guy that's sitting, needing 1? It's a tough call at this level, isn't it?
Yeah, it is that. I mean, but it's significant enough. I still think Sky's got an edge here, significant enough to warrant.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of rollouts. We've seen some breaking runs too, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'd have to say James has been more effective on the break as a whole.
Uh-huh. But it looks that way when you never get a shot from the break, too.
That's what I mean,
yeah. Right there it is. 2/3 of the time, James making a ball on the break.
Breaking. Skyler leading the match at 8-7.
Oh, there's that cross-sized crash that I'd been talking about all night. He had flirted with, huh? He hit the point about 5 times in 2 matches.
Well, the 6 ball is really the only hindrance here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really kind of covered up in a peculiar way, too. It's not easy. I'm trying to figure out a real natural route to get shape without taking a big chance of getting hooked. And where the 5's kind of out in space and a ways away from any pocket, it really makes it a lot more difficult to really have a guarantee coming around the table for the 6. You'd like to think, oh, man, I can draw to the short side there, or I could follow out off the 5-2 rails to the short side, but you're going a long ways to be so accurate.
Yeah. Always when it's like this for me, I want to get down below it. No, not the side pocket. I've had bad fortunes there.
Yeah, the side, that's the one that'll get you in trouble more than anything. You might have much more open room behind it in between the 7-9 playing for one of those corners.
And if I fall real peculiar on it, I still can duck and defend myself.
Yeah. The thing is, though, really still getting to the backside of it from where the 5's at, I'm just not still in love with any route.
No.
There are routes, and you can always draw the ball back there. So he's going to come around here, and I think the key here is get kind of close to the 5. You don't want to shoot from a lot of distance. So now he's a little elevated. He's got the angle to come 2 rails following the ball, but that come into a very small area for the 6 in the side.
Right here, I'm thinking 2 rails, top spin. I don't think I need side spin. I think I can do it with the top and go
come
right at the 9.
Right at the 9?
Right at the 9.
Ooh, man, I think that's close to. I think you'll come right at the 6 a little more, maybe, but
that's fine too. If
yeah,
I
that's
bump
okay.
It, yeah,
but at least you're not getting snookered, right?
Right. Don't get snookered. I can defend myself.
All right, he went for the juggler, and I think he got it. I think he hit it perfect.
Oh,
that's all I can tell you. Well, he's got to contend with the 9 a little bit, so go ahead and let your stroke out go to the rail here, right?
Yes.
Don't float it, I don't think.
Big shot here.
There, a little movement of the body. That's a little fatigue, but I tell you, he got it down.
Oh, boy. Well, the Skywalker match ball. Here it is for the title. Skywalker. All right, hang tight, everyone, because Sophia Tran will be with our players on the floor. That concludes our broadcast day from the 2019 Derby City Classic. ACCUSTATS thanks everyone for sharing your time. Until next year, so long, drive safe, and good night.
2 cue balls. There's one missing. Something's missing. Something's missing. This is a good one. Overall. Or ceremonies on the table. Go back in the bag right over the chair.
James.
All right, guys. Out of the camera range now. Okay.
All right, everybody. This is the 2019 21st Annual Derby City Classics. Give it up, everybody. Thirsty for it, and you really, really want to fight for it. I mean, you did place in other tournaments too. You did make some money here, right?
Yep, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what brought you to this point? What do you think it takes to get to where you are now?
Well, here, this is one of my dreams
Yeah.
to win this event here,
Yeah.
especially the 9 ball. And I'm still glad that I came to the final, even I lost. And still thankful.
Yes. Yes, that's really good though. You have the heart. You have the heart, and your mechanics are incredible. Your shot making skills are incredible. It's rumored that you practice with 3-inch pockets. Is that true?
Yeah, back in the Roy's basement house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Actually.
In Roy's basement, for sure. And another thing that I wanted to find out with you is, what did you think, or who did you think was your most difficult opponent here throughout the
When
entire
I
tournament?
play Niels Fayen,
Niels Fayen?
yeah, that's what the most tough for me.
Yeah. And you got through it, right? Yep. Well, everybody, this is James Dedong Diamond Aranas. Thank you, everybody. Give him a warm welcome. Okay? Sky, if I may have you come over here to hang out with me. I guess. Mr. SKYLER WOODWARD. He had an incredible showing here this year. Just so you know, there were a record amount of entrants. 503 in the banks, 410 in one pocket, and 407 here. How does it feel to be able to cash in all three?
Feels great. I've never done this good in this event. You know, I've done good in like one, maybe two, and then dunked off the other one. But this year, you know, with all the changes I've done, it was easier to stay like intact for the whole event and stay energized. So I don't know. It's crazy.
That's crazy. What were you thinking when you shot that $36,000 shot?
I don't know. The ball 2 rails to get on the 6. I don't know. I was scared I'd even miss the 5, much less get on the 6 perfect. But I don't know. Getting on the 6 was the shot. That was amazing. You know, to hit it that good, I just knew from there I had it all. I had to do is make the balls from there.
Yes. All right, now, who would you like to thank for your success to getting here? I know it doesn't just take one man. It takes the whole village, right? Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Well, of course, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Mucci Q's, Lights Out, Apparel, Kim Station, Heartland, High Rock, Pull and Billiard Jewelry, Railbirds TV, and of course, I'd like to thank my family and my girlfriend for always supporting me. It's awesome that they get to even come and watch me all the time.
I know, I see it. Yes, everybody give a warm welcome applause. Yes. All right. Oh, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. Now we've got a special treat for you guys. We have the family from the Diamond Billiard products. Come on over. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Oh. All right, so presenting the check for the first place championship finish in 9-ball. Here we are. You can go ahead and hand it to him. I think he wants it. Everybody. Wait a second. I'm gonna jump on over here, excuse me for a bit here. Let's go ahead and introduce these folks here. What's your name?
Shelby, Chloe,
Braden,
Julie.
All right, everyone. Now, here's another one. You're not done yet. You didn't think you were gonna work this hard, did you? For SKYLER. Okay, here we go, bringing that. He is the master of the tables also, everybody. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Okay? What that means is he is the all-around performer. It was a tough field, you guys. And that's when I say it's a $36,000 shot because it's $20,000 for that master of the table and $16,000 for that 9-ball championship. Everybody give it up. All right, my name is Sophia, and I just wanted to go ahead and thank the other sponsors that are here. That would be Diamond Billiard Products, also Juan Simone's Cloth, Cyclop Pool Balls, and the official rack of this tournament here, the 21st Annual Derby City Classics. Oh, my first one too, I'm so excited. It is the Outsville Accu-Rack. Again, my name is Sophia Tran, and I'm here on behalf of Bad Boys Billiard Products. See you next time.